Hello and good morning. I am playing with the layout of this thing. I don't know. I haven't decided. I thought it would be nice, but I don't want to accidentally color and be behind the little image here. So I'm just messing with stuff, so I apologize. But maybe we'll do that. Hello, Kimberly. Welcome. How are you today? I was just messing with the layout here. I apologize. I didn't realize I could do that. So let's see. I don't know. It's a little on the big side. I'm pretty good. Hi, Amy. Welcome, welcome. Just like I said, messing with the layout a little bit here. Just to see if I can make things a tiny bit better. I don't know. We'll see. Doesn't look like it's changed much. Or can I pick one? Oh, here we go. Here we go. Okay, there. That seems all right. I'm struggling today, apparently. Okay, there we go. All right, so I am glad you guys are here today. Hello, 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 hello. I, as usual, will be drinking my little lunch shake while we do this because it is right around the time I get starving. Today we are coloring again in my book, Caribbean Sea Life, and I should, as always, I forget, link it for you in the chat here. I got to, big struggles today, big struggles. Link tree guava, no, AdrienneSmith.Artist. Let's make sure that one's right. Okay, so we're doing a color along right now, and we're doing this one until the 5th. This is my coloring book. I just made a link in which you can purchase it. You can join the Facebook group. You can follow my socials, blah, 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 all of those good things. Again, Caribbean Sea Life, we are doing the French AngelFish page. We have done 3 lives for this page. I did not prepare today very well, so I'm not like exactly as set up as I should be. I do apologize. So our first live, we colored the juvenile angelfish. The second live, we worked on the background, and then last time we worked on the adult angelfish. And just a review on that, I always pull up a reference image so I can decide what colors to use during the coloring process. Of course, I put back all my colors from last time. Awesome. Sharpen up those pencils, Amy. Whoop, whoop. Glad to have you. So I put away all my pencils. What we did last time was this. He is not finished. This took me quite a while. I may have been talking more than coloring. Who knows? I don't know, but it took a long time. And so we're going to work on finishing him up. So what I do is I always pull out pencils that I think I will be using. And then as I am using them and talking with you, I will state what colors I'm using at the time because I don't plan ahead. And I think really we were on to the black, but I'm pulling out a couple blues that I think I might use maybe during the coloring this. And I gotta pull back up my image for it to be large over here so I can see it. And oh, you know, I didn't even think about that. So this is the image that I'm referencing. I'm linking it in the chat. You can click on these links, and you can also have this page open on your computer or whatever device you wish to have it open on. And I always kind of look at them. You know, there's a little bit of green in these stripes here. It could be a reflection of the water, but I think I will think about that later. I want to work on the back, or you know, his blackness. Now I'm gonna take a sip of my shake here. Oh, I put too much coffee powder in. Not very good. A little bitter. Oof. A little too much. Okay. So I am using Prismacolor pencils. You can find all the products that I use on Amazon. I will link my little Amazon shop for you in case you feel like purchasing. If you purchase out of my shop, I get a really tiny commission at no additional cost for you. But I get like a few cents and literally like a few cents, like 60 cents maybe for a larger purchase. It's not very lucrative, but it's fun being able to share. I recently came out with a swatch book. I haven't talked much about it yet, but there's a swatch book I made in there right now too. So, okay. Ooh, I am so upset at putting way too much coffee powder in that. Whew. It was so good yesterday when I did it. So this is black 935 of Prismacolors. We'll just get going on this. Let me know if you'd like me to zoom in some more. I can do that if you like. But apparently I'm just not set up properly for myself here. There we go. Got this in the way. You can see like the shadow from the camera. That's always super annoying. Right. So we're looking at the reference image here. We're noticing where things are darker. We decided that the light was generally coming from this direction, so we'll end up making him a little bit lighter up here and darker down here. Last time I added some blues in because I thought it would be fun, and Esther, she's in our Facebook group, she showed us what she's been doing with hers, and I was super inspired by that, by her work. So we've done a couple layers already, a couple layers of blue. I think we've done a layer of black, and we are continuing on. Nothing super exciting has happened here in the last day. Oh, well, except, I don't know if you know, but I've launched kind of like an imprint name for my coloring books, and it's called Guava Cat Press, and I think it's adorable. I made a logo, I got the website set up, and I'm going to be selling, so far, individual coloring pages that you can print out after purchase. And I'm going to do the individual coloring pages about $1 each, I think. I haven't decided quite yet, but I may sell full coloring books as PDFs for printing, but they will cost a little bit more than they do on Amazon. And this is because you're able to print off as many, copies as you want. So it's basically infinite use of this PDF file. So I'm still deciding, but I'm so mad. So mad at my flavor of my thing. I'll probably get used to it in a minute. And a couple more drinks. I can't remember what I said because it was a little bit surprising. I was like, I'll get more coffee in there. That'll be great. It's not great. Where was I? What was I saying? Complete brain fart here. Oh, I can link the website. It's very exciting. It's still in the works, but I have like one coloring page up because it was kind of a pain to figure out how. I was using like Shopify to sell some drop shipping products, but it was really complicated for me, and I was like, I can't do this. So I ended up closing up that Shopify site, and I joined Wix. In previous years, I used Brain. Come on, Brain. I used a Weebly. This is Peacock Blue 1027. I'm just going to add some more blue down here because I think it'll look nice. I used Weebly, but everything changed on there so dramatically. I couldn't. So I went over to Wix. They have a really nice drag and drop website builder, and their e-commerce option is decently priced, I guess. It'll be nice once the store can pay for itself, because it's about $20 a month. But we'll see how that works. We'll see how it goes anyway. And I don't know if I should put like all the pages that I will put in my coloring book on there. I don't know. I'm currently working on a kitty coloring book, and it's pretty exciting, but like doing that and trying to launch the website at the same time has been kind of like, what am I doing? Hello, welcome. Be sure to say hi if you just stepped in. I think I'm going to be doing these lives kind of regularly. They've been really fun. I've gotten to know some great people. Miss Amy has been dedicated and joining us, and that's been awesome. It's really great having people. I love my supportive circle of people, and I can't wait to see some more colorings from my coloring book. I need to add some to the Amazon page. Some more examples. Oh, also, I need to add, if you have my coloring book, I would love it if you gave a review on Amazon. That would be really helpful for me. And also, if you ever felt like giving me a little testimonial, I'm setting up a little testimonial section on my website. And yeah, this is all kind of new. I haven't ever really, I don't know, I've set up websites before, but I haven't ever been super serial about it, I guess. But I'm really trying to get this set up in a way that it works, works without a ton of input. So when I'm coloring, I often use a lot of artistic license. And artistic license just means like when you think something else is going to look better than maybe your inspiration image, for example. I'm going to go ahead and get to my indigo blue, which is 901 on Prismacolors. It's a bit darker. So I wanted to add a little layer of that. I might add some more black. Let's see. So yeah, I worked on that website yesterday, and then, well, that was kind of pretty much it, because it was a lot of work. I ran to the pharmacy. Oh my gosh, so the pharmacy is literally like a 3-minute drive away from here, and on the way back home, I almost got into 2 accidents. The first one was a little bit my fault because I couldn't see around some feet cars, but the second one definitely wasn't my fault, but it was kind of crazy. People were driving crazy yesterday. Oh, definitely not good. I'm sad that I put more coffee in it. So how are you feeling about the visibility here? Do you need me to zoom in more? Trying not to get my hand in the way. It's a little bit hard because I usually color like all up close and personal. I think I'm going to add some lighter blue to this. This is the non-photo blue 919. Apparently I really like this color. I use it quite a bit. It's one of, so I just got these pencils like the other week, like really not very long ago, and it's probably the shortest one already. It's getting a little dark. Lighten up maybe with some sky blue light, 1086. We'll see how that works or not, or it might look terrible. Sometimes that happens. It's not the worst, but I lost the lines of the image. So I'm going to go in. Sometimes I go in with some black and add in where my colored pencils kind of went over the lines so that they're more defined. You could do this like with you'd really need more like an acrylic paint pen if you wanted to do it with a pen. Thanks, Kim. Oh, sorry. Can I call you Kim? It was just kind of came out. Thank you. Thank you. Where are we? Oh, yeah. We're adding more indigo. Back to indigo 901. I think going over this with how much darkness I want it. I grabbed the black because I want this a little darker and I wanted to talk about what I was doing. So going back in with the black, and then I'll go back over it with the indigo, and that will be like the final layer of this dark portion on this section. Oh, great question, Amy. Are you coloring along with us in this book, Kim? Are you doing your own thing? Are you just hanging out to hang? Which is all perfectly acceptable. I like just having company. It's been a good time. You are coloring? What are you coloring? See, I'm going back with the indigo here. And sometimes, oh, you're doing your own page. Right on. Is your page, what kind of page? Grayscale? What's the subject? I mean, sorry. I haven't really colored grayscale. There was like one tiny coloring I did that had some grayscale in it, and I didn't really love it, but maybe it's because the Prismacolor pencils are really opaque, so it was kind of pointless to have the grayscale because they really kind of covered bunny rabbit. They kind of cover like the lines. You can see if it were closer, but if you can see this where the light colors went over the lines, it you know, it covers it up a little bit. So I'm not sure how I feel about grayscale, but it could be that I need to use a different pencil for something like that. I don't think a grayscale would be hard. The benefits of a grayscale image is that usually the shadows and stuff are already put in. So if this was grayscale, kind of like we talked about last time, Amy, where the shadows are, this probably would be a light gray color. And like without the coloring. And something to consider that is that, like, you know, like I was saying, with the more opaque colored pencil, it kind of covers up the gray scale of the grayscale image. So it kind of just depends on what you like. I'm gonna grab, go back to this peacock blue, I think. Put it in these little fin lines. And I've been thinking about what colors I would do the coral. I think we're going to do some orange. And then I haven't decided like everything. But I think the orange will be nice because it'll pop off with the blue. I should have did the coral first because you can see there's some color rubbing from probably my hand. If you can see that it's already got color on it. Oh, you shouldn't. I think technically I would think that the grayscale images would be easier to color if you are someone who's wanting to like not make light decisions. I mean, obviously you can color it however you want to. Everybody can. I personally like to have light, you know, where, you know, there'll be dark spots and light spots. But that's not how you have to, or anyone has to color. I'm gonna grab some of this True Blue 903. I'll probably give this another little bit of a black layer as well. Yeah, it's totally all personal preference. I wouldn't say I'm a professional colorist, like in coloring books, but I am an artist. And I don't know, am I a professional artist? I don't know. I've made some money off of my coloring book, but not anything really to write home about. I mean, it's cool, but it just, is what it is. It's not like living wages or anything. But I've been doing art my whole life. I was talking with some people yesterday because I purchased some different... Thanks, Amy. I purchased some different papers. So I just got a laser printer. And the reason we got a laser printer is because we're really bad at using a printer. We don't use them very often. So the ink in a regular inkjet printer would dry out. And the laser printers, because they use a powder or whatever, I don't know, and they like kind of burn. I don't know exactly. This is literally the first time I've had like a laser printer, but the ink doesn't dry out, and so it seems like it will be more cost effective, even though right off the bat the ink is more expensive. Anyway, so I got this new printer, and I've been trying to use papers that people have suggested to use for colorings, and I keep trying and I don't like them. And that's just me. A lot of people love them, but so I guess I'm one of the few, I don't know, who actually really enjoy the Amazon paper, and that's what we're using right now. I watched another artist's stream, an old live stream last night, and they were talking about the Amazon paper, and I have to agree. They were saying that, I don't know if people just kept hearing that the Amazon paper sucked, but for colored pencils, it doesn't. I don't think it sucks. I like it. It has a really fine tooth to pick up the colored pencil, and I'm able to do a lot of layering. And so with the papers that were recommended, I couldn't hardly do any layering, and I didn't like that. And so now I asked a friend, her husband works with Amazon at some sort of something, and I was like, does he know what paper they use? Because I want to buy like a ream of it to do printing of pages for coloring, because I did take out a page from one of my purchase coloring books, an 8.5 by 11, and test printed with my laser printer on there a free coloring page from R.J. Hampson, and it did beautifully. And I was like, oh, this is perfect. So in case I can't find the paper to purchase in a ream, I ended up, and it's still in review, but I ended up making an 8.5 by 11 sketchbook to sell on Amazon so that I could just use that to cut pages out of and use it for printing. I wasn't sure there was a better way to do that. So we'll see if I can find the paper for purchase or not, but at least I could do that. It feels sort of cheatery, but it's kind of funny. I'm laughing anyway. It's kind of funny how much better this looks through the camera than it does in person, so This is the black. I think I said that earlier. And I'm just going over what feels right. There's no rules. Is there any coloring books on your guys' wish list right now? I decided I have the R.J. Hampson's Pirates coloring book in my cart right now on Amazon because one of his free printables was this pirate coloring page, and I kind of think it's adorable, so I decided I probably would like the book. But this is the Amazon paper that I printed on with my laser printer, and it worked wonderfully. I think it depends. So, like, you know, videoing, it's really going to depend on the quality of the video. And so what it does is I think it makes it just slightly less detailed, so you can't see all the streaky lines. That I can see in person. Oof. Eileen Vick's Rose book. I'll have to check out some of your suggestions. Oh, and last time, just FYI, Amy requested that our next color along be a kitty related color along. And what I'm going to color in is I don't have it here, but the Tiny Cats by Coco Wayo, I think. I'll link it real quick from Amazon. Sorry for my arm. Tiny Cats. And so if you would like to color the same page with us, be sure to grab this book if you don't have it already. I'm going to link it. And this is an affiliate link where I will make like 12 cents, maybe, if you purchase through the link. But that's the Tiny Cats coloring book, which we will be coloring from next time, because I'll need a little fishy break. Then we'll probably come back after that and work more maybe on this or whatever my flight fancies, because I'm pretty non-committal. I wanted to leave things open for mind changing, but I'm really excited. Oh, also, Coco Wayo is doing a little contest where if you color a page from any of their, you can do one of their free offerings or from any of their books. You can win a book of your choice and I think a $25 gift card, and it's going to be at random. So anyway, I thought I'd let you know about that. They've posted about it on their Instagram and their Facebook page, but I think I'll try and join in on that. I think it ends on the 12th. So I might work on one of their free pages, or maybe I'll work on something in the Tiny Cats book. Yeah, it's super cute. Back to the indigo. Do some final layer down here ish. And so far these little live streams have been about 2 hours long, and people come and go. Sometimes there's only a couple people, like today. Sometimes I think I had up to like 6 people the first time, but good things start off slow. So if you know anybody who likes to join in on stuff like this, be sure to let them know. And I try to give us all a little bit of a heads up. Sometimes it doesn't happen, especially if I'm feeling spontaneous for coloring. But I think so far it seems like the 2-week deadline for this color along. So basically, I don't know if you've done a color along before. This is literally my first one. But it seems like if you wanted to join in, you pick a coloring book and you pick a page or whatever, a printable, and you all have the same printable or coloring book, and you all color the same page at the same time for a given amount of time. And then that's the 2 weeks is what I decided would be a good time. And so far it seems pretty good. So if we don't, I don't think we'll get this done today because it's already been almost 40 minutes. I'm so colored. And we will be able to go live at least twice next week if necessary. But yeah. So it seems like I probably could go live a handful of times for the color alongs. And this seems pretty fun. Yes, I like that too, because we can talk and we can get to know each other and build our little supportive community. And I think that's important for all types of hobbies, but especially artistic hobbies. This is Copenhagen Blue. I decided I wanted to add some 906. Add it on the end here. And I think a little bit of True Blue 903. I just grabbed this Skylight Blue and I'm not sure why. I'll look at my reference image here. Maybe I can add some to the tail. I think that'll look pretty cool. Do kind of some harder coloring on the fin lines here to give it maybe some definition or something. Hello, hello. Be sure to say hello if you're coming in. Yes. I like feeling like Amy says, it feels like we're actually together, you know, together but separate. It's kind of one of my favorite things to do with people. There. We'll see how that turns out when we get there more. See. Okay, let's keep going with the indigo. Trying to get this part done here. Move up again to the rest of the body. Sharpen this again. If you want to get into details, you gotta have sharp pencils. And be sure, if you have any questions about what I'm doing or anything like that, be sure, don't feel embarrassed or anything. I try to help to the best of my ability. I'm happy to do so. Oop. I'm really trying to get in to these little crevices here, which is kind of a pain in the buttinsky. Tell you what. So I think once I get like this part here more filled in with this indigo as the kind of final color over top of the other layers. How long does it take for me to make a coloring book? So it kind of depends. This is my first coloring book that I made. It's the only one I have published at the moment. But for this one, I used, I live in the Virgin Islands, and so I go snorkeling a lot, and one thing I do is take underwater photos. So all of these images I've taken are images, like I saw these guys, you know, like underwater. And so they're based off of pictures that I've taken myself. This particular coloring book took me like 2 months straight. I was working on it for hours every day, like hours, not even joking. And yeah, so I don't know. And then I published this at the beginning of February. And a few days ago, I started working on my next coloring book, which is going to be kitties in nature. But I'm also splitting up my time with working on my little website. So it's going like, if I don't know, it takes me at least a day for this kitties coloring book. It's taking me like a day or two to do one illustration. So it's kind of, oh, this lead is broken. No. Sometimes that happens with Prismacolor. A lot of people complain about it, but it just is a thing that happens because the lead is so soft. It can happen during shipping. It can happen because you drop the pencil on the floor. especially if you have a tile or wood floor. It's just a thing that happens. This doesn't, to me, it doesn't make them any less valuable or good. It just is because of the way the lead is. And since they are a pencil that does open stock, which means you can buy pencils individually, it doesn't bother me. They're usually around between $1 and $2 each. Hello, hello. I see that says there's 4 people in here. Be sure to say hello if you're just popping in. Would love to hear from you. We are coloring in my coloring book called Caribbean Sea Life. This is a color along that we started a few days ago, I think on the 23rd. But there's still time left. This color along ends on the 5th. But you don't have to be coloring this coloring book to participate, because anybody can participate, because we're building community. I'm going to add some more lighter blue down here for now some accenties. Back to the true blue. I'm a busy bee sometimes, or a lot of my busyness is not doing anything. Then on the weekends I try not to do this kind of stuff. Like, I won't be going live on the weekends because it's time for Hubbin, and we usually try and go do stuff. Because for me, I'm very easily like, I could stay home all day and I'm fine, all day, almost every day, and I'm fine because I'm always doing something, like doing this or drawing or watching a show, learning about something. Anyway, I'm never bored. So I think that was a benefit of growing up as a only child. I know how to entertain myself. But I've been going through also a bout of depression lately, and I'm trying to get out of that. I know, who could have a depression when you live in the tropics? I do, because depression doesn't care. But I'm very open about mental health and most other things. So if you ever want to talk about that, I'm a person who is safe to talk about that with. You can always message me on Facebook or email me or whatever if you ever need to talk. I am open. Because sometimes you just need to tell a third party. I don't know. That's how I find anyway. Sometimes you just do. So I kind of like how this highlighted here. Looks kind of cool. So I'm going to add some more of this true blue to these little fin lines here. Underwater, there's not really blue on the adult ones, but it looks cool. That's what artistic license means. You do stuff and it looks cool. If it feels right, do it. Also in the Facebook group, if you join it, you are welcome to post anything art related. It doesn't have to just be coloring. I go through bouts of interests. So thanks to ADHD, I may get tired of coloring at some point and then start doing more art stuff or painting. And so I got to keep these options open of what I'm able to share. So It's really just an art group, but mostly just for community, people with similar interests. Back to Indigo 901. So instead of going solid black or solid dark blue here, I'm going to find maybe like a gray. One day we're going to do a drawing. I'm going to say probably not. That might be too much pressure for me. But I might go live and draw maybe, but I would not put any like big hopes or bets on that. But this is, the Slate Gray 936. Adding that in on top of the indigo and the black here. This looks pretty cool. Giving it some interesting highlights. You do junk journaling? That's cool. I've tried to do more journaling. I was doing nature journaling for a while. I try to do art journaling, but it's just not something that sticks with me for some reason. I always want to. I have very good intentions. I want lighter, more light gray, more lighter of a gray. Let's see. This one is 50% cool gray 1063. Sharpen it. I used to do a lot of scrapbooking. Maybe that's why I don't really like do the junk journaling, because like it's very similar kind of to scrapbooking. And I was working there. I lived in Oregon for almost most of my life. And brain, come on, brain. Anyway, I was working at a store called Craft Warehouse as a contractor, and I would design some scrapbook stuff. So either, home stuff that you designed using scrapbooking supplies, or even just scrapbooking pages. I would do that, and they would display it in the store. And they worked me so hard, you guys, that I got burnt out, and I basically never touched it again. Then I moved to South Korea. So, I don't know. Sometimes you just get burnt out on stuff, and that's okay. I want to add more indigo down here, I think, and Copenhagen. So this is indigo. Indigo is such a nice color. It's really versatile. Sorry to hear about your mother's passing, Kimberly. I'm getting to the point in my life, too, where, more people are passing away, and I'm like, I'm only 35. Well, mostly, the older people, like grandparents and stuff. It's been interesting. Not quite at the parental unit passing. But, you know, losing people sucks. What was I going to use? The Copenhagen, right. Copenhagen Blue 906 is also a very nice blue. Oh, totally drew on that poop. Oh. So, I've noticed I probably need to put something under my hand when I'm doing this, because I'm noticing I'm pulling color into the yellows, in which I was hoping not to do, but apparently I did anyway. That one stayed good, but this one's taking so much longer. Yeah, I could. I just, it bothers me. It's a whole, like, what's the whole thing? The different textures. I don't know. Next time, I'll try and think about it. Drink my stupid shake that I don't like. Okay, that's empty now. I tried doing a shake with mandarins in it, and I was so excited because I thought it would be like, so the shake mix I use already tastes kind of creamy, like, I don't know, vanilla-ish, and I thought putting some oranges in it and blending it together would be amazing, because I was like, oh, it might taste like a creamsicle. But then I was drinking it, and then it was like the pulp of the little mandarin oranges, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is gonna make me puke, because I really don't like pulp. I mean, I've always known that I didn't like pulp, but it was terrible. I was not pleased. Dan's like, it's not that bad. I was like, no, it tastes fine, but it's the little bits and pieces of things that seems so weird compared to just eating like the mandarin orange itself in little pieces. But once you blend it up, oh my goodness gracious, it's terrible. Oh, back to Peacock Blue 1027. I was thinking about how maybe not everybody would have Prismacolor pencils. I really recommend them if you can save up for them. But I think there's been artists out there who have gone through all kinds of different color pencil brands and compared the closeness of the colors to Prismacolor pencils. And they probably have some sort of chart out there. If you were someone who wanted to like do something more close to what I'm also doing, using like the same colors, back to True Blue, there's probably some sort of comparison chart of colors between whatever pencils you have and Prismacolors. Oh, That's probably something to consider. I was kind of going through, and I'll have to do it when I'm less busy. I was trying to go through the color pencils, and I want this to be lighter. I'll do it in a minute after I do it later. To find the similar shade or color of a Prismacolor pencil. I don't know if anyone's taken the time to do that yet, especially with their 300 set. Back to non-photo blue 919. But that kind of stuff is arduous. Someday soon I'll get my little swatch book, and that'll make things a little easier, especially with how I start off my swatches, which I put them on little pieces of paper so I can take them off to compare colors to each other. So that'll be a good idea, I think, if I ever had the inclination to do such a thing. We're getting closer. Okay, so I did that pretty dark, but I don't want it to be, let's see, do I want, I might go with a, let's see, that'll make it pretty dark. What if I do the slate? Let's see, okay, I'm just testing to see what will happen when I put slate blue over this black. Okay, so it does make it still pretty dark, but not as dark as black. Here's that comparison side by side. So I think I'll do that on top of part of this section. If I hate it, I'll just hate it, I guess. No, I don't think I hate it. That's good. Maybe I'll stick this paper under my hand. My tester paper. Look at that. That's how much color is on my pinky. Let me see. Sorry. It's pretty black. Should have started out with this, but you know, things happen. Gotta keep this a little bit more on the sharp side since these little dots are pretty close together. Try not to color over them. You get the color everywhere on your page. It's looking okay. These, I used a light color in them compared to like that bright yellow. And so they're getting a little bit hard, you know, they're not as easy to see. I don't know if I'll go over them again with something else. It's an idea. I was just contemplating. I was like, do I want to put some acrylic paint pen up in there, or I don't know. We'll see how I feel when we're all done working on this, which it's been an hour already. And let's say we're not even halfway done quite with finishing the fish. So maybe we'll get him done. Then we'll have to do probably at least one more day live. So I'll probably go live on Monday unless something comes up. And then I saw that the 5th, which is our last day for this color along, is Wednesday. And so I might go live on that day. But we'll see. We'll see what we need to do. I feel like I need a bigger desk. I keep overcrowding myself. Okay, I want a little bit lighter color here, but I want it to be still kind of bluish color. Okay, I'm going to point out a few colors here to try over this black. That doesn't really change much. This is periwinkle. It seems like they're kind of all turning out the same because of the black. Doesn't look very pretty. I think I'll test out this blue slate. Slate gray, blue slate. I'll test out this blue slate. I'm gonna go starting over this blue color. It looks a lot better than on the other one because I was more careful putting color in, so it's not looking as streaky on this part. But to show that he has some sort of definition, not just a flat board, we make some parts lighter where his little belly would be, you know, like in this section here, where he'd have some girth. If you were looking at him, like down onto him, he'd have some shape. Can't stop thinking about coloring kitties next. Very excited. And then I keep thinking about how I keep coloring instead of doing other things I need to do around the house. Oh yeah, I forgot. I was doing this paper thing. I think I'm going to add a little more brighter blue here in this section with some true blue. Just for when we go over it with that slate blue, it will stay a little bit more bluer. I'm going to go over some places we already put the slate blue just to give it a little bit more of an interesting color gradient type thing. You're thinking about the kitty coloring. That's exciting. My friend, the other day, she lost her cat, or her sister lost her cat, and I was distracting her from stressing her out, from her being stressed out, and we were talking about the tiny cats coloring book, and she's gonna get one too. She wants to join in, so that's pretty cool. And then the next day, they found her cat in her basement, which they had looked in there quite a few times when they were looking for him. And I had a feeling he was still in the house, but they had insisted that he was nowhere to be found. So I didn't want to pressure her to looking again, but I'm glad that he was just in the basement and not outside being a crazy. Because her cats are not outside kitties. But I couldn't imagine, like Benjamin, when he was young, my cat Benjamin. I'm gonna go back to that slate blue, wherever that is. Is this it? Yes, blue slate 1024. I tried to train him to be on a harness, and I used to live out in the middle of nowhere, but I lived right on the highway, and we were letting him out when we were also outside, but then we had a dog, our little Chihuahua, ran away for 5 minutes and went straight to the road and got hit. And after that, he was not allowed outside on his own. But so I was trying to work with him on being on a leash and a harness, and he escaped that one time. And he would not come to me, and it was the most traumatizing experience at the time. And I was so upset, and I was like, I need help. I am stressing out about my cat so much. But he eventually, I just left the sliding glass door open, and he eventually slinked in while I was bawling my head off. Little shit. Pardon. But, oh. But then, when we moved down here, I worked with him on the harness again, so that while we were traveling the airports on the way down, he could be on a leash a little bit, and that worked out fine. More fine. He's a good boy. I also had a little, what did they call it? One of those little Apple tags that would GPS find him. Anyway, a little tracker thing. I put that on him while we were traveling and stuff, so that just in case if he got away, hopefully it would work, that I could find him. But thankfully everything went smoothly, except for he did not like the airplane at all. When he was like 2, he would run out. He's fat and lazy now at 6. Benjamin, it seems he has not ever slipped, since he's not been allowed outside. He has not ever slipped out, except for that one time when he came out of his harness under my watch. But he slipped out quite a few times under Dan's watch and our old roommate's watch. And so I was so stressed out all the time. I would like run to the door and shut it behind people, and I was very worried. Mostly because, you know, the dog got hit on the road. So I'm sure you will do fine on your kitty coloring page. Are you going to do a different kitty coloring page? Or are you waiting for us to start the tiny cat? Going back to True Blue, I think. Maybe pulling out Cerulean Blue. I like how this turned out here. So I'm going to try and get a little bit more blue going on the side of this yellow, not so yellow stripe. Different but so cute. Right on. Be sure to share it in the group when you feel like it. And when you're posting, can you please post what coloring book or who the page is from, the artist or whatever, so that if people are interested, they don't have to ask. And it's just nice. Oh yeah, forgot this again. It's not something I normally do. Okay, I want to go back to a lighter blue, but I kind of, oops, sorry, Benjamin. I'm gonna add some of this light aqua in here. Just to see kind of what happens. Ooh, look at that mix. That looks cool. I like that. So far this light aqua is going over these colors with a little bit better strength, but I think I drew lighter over here because it's supposed to be kind of a light area in comparison. Let's see what happens when we color. We'll do over here. Color over a darker area with it. Okay. See, experiments. Add some to the fin here. That looks cool. I love aqua in general. Like, it's one of my favorite colors, like tealy aqua blue-ish. I'm not too picky between aquas, but it's a great color. And then, like, some of the water here is literally like that color. Not even exaggerating. It's so crazy. Right now, I haven't been to the beach I live on very much because we have sargassum coming in, and I don't know if you know what that is, but it is a large form algae that is having huge blooms between here and Africa. And I think there's some blooms like out of Venezuela and stuff, but because of the temperatures rising in the water, it's kind of like blooming like crazy. And so the sargassum, the issue with that, if you don't know anything about it, is that it washes up on the shore and it starts to decompose, and the smell is, oh my gosh, terrible. And so last year I ended up taking about a 6-month break from our beach that we live on. There's plenty of, there's beaches all around the island, so I didn't stop going to the beach. I just stopped going to the one we live on because it piles up so much and it smells so bad and it's not good for you. So I'm probably taking a break from our beach again because the season for sargassum is like so long now. The first year last year I was here, the sargassum stopped coming in at like, I don't know, late fall, early winter time. So like late September, I guess it stopped coming in. And so then I spent a lot of time on the beach between like when we moved here in December, and then when it started coming in again in like April, I ended up stop going to the beach again until about September, October. And then I was at the beach a lot. And then this year we've had hardly any break from the sargassum, and it's been terrible. And I don't know how all of these little islands that rely on tourism are going to deal with it, because people will ask to refund their stays. People will not come during that time because it smells so terrible and stuff like that. So it's just a whole like big question mark in the realm of like what to do about this issue. And it's just interesting. Going back to some cerulean. Because there's not really, like, this island is like 82 square miles. It's like 7 miles wide at its widest point and 22 miles long. And so there's really like not anywhere, we can't like put it someplace. And so what a lot of people are doing are just, throwing it back in the ocean, which is okay and not okay at the same time. It's just a whole, what do we do with it? Because we don't have facilities or anything here to deal with anything like that. And a lot of the Caribbean is experiencing the same issue, and Florida as well. Last time I heard, there was a huge sargassum clump it was said to be twice the size of the U.S. coming from Africa, coming into the Caribbean, which is insane. I don't know if it's in right now or not. I'll have to look it up again. But it super stinks because it also impacts like the sea turtles, which all sea turtles are endangered. So it impacts their nesting areas. And there's a lot of space here that they nest. Almost on every beach they'll nest here. So it impacts that because it dries up on the beach and it kind of creates like this hard, scratchy mat of gunk. And I'm sure that doesn't feel good to try to get through. I don't know if a turtle could get through. It's not like they really have like claws or anything that they dig. They dig with their flippers. I don't know. It's a whole thing that I think about sometimes, and I'm just like, I just don't know what we'll do about it or what we can do about it. I guess there's some government funding happening or something, but everything takes a long time to do here. So who knows? And it's taken a long time for them to get up and out of the issues that Irma and Maria caused here in 2017. There's still dilapidated buildings and all kinds of stuff. It's not a third world country for sure. It's not. But it's definitely not like living in the US either. It's more closely living in Korea to me as far as like aesthetics and buildings and the way things kind of look great from afar, and then you can see all the little issues when you get up close. Okay, I think I want to add more lighter color around there, but I want it to be more saturated. I don't know if I don't have that option, I don't think. No, that's okay. We'll go back to the slate. Oh, wait. Let's see. Using the light aqua, we'll do some blending. Right here. Ooh, that looks so cool. Yeah. I'll do a little more, and then I'll go, I think, with that slate. And add some what I hope to be lighter areas with it. Oh goodness. Benjamin was super passed out, and then his little food thing went off. He was like, oh my God. He just ran off. Sorry, I keep bumping the little camera holder so it jiggles a little bit. Ooh, yeah, looks cool. Okay. I'm gonna have to just keep going today until this one's done. It's already been an hour and a half. I wonder why this guy's taking so long. I feel like I've been coloring straight, not taking a lot of pauses or anything. Because well, it's probably these little dots. That's probably why. Well, thanks, Amy. I'm enjoying it. Probably gonna have to take a quick break here. Go potty. I'm gonna finish with this aqua real quick. We've been watching. I know. It goes by really fast. I do get very hyper focused, and time does fly when I'm doing this. Okay, I'm gonna go potty really quick. Sorry, I gotta move this a little bit. Let me mute this real quick, and I will be right back. And I'm back. I'm gonna plug my phone in here. Sorry for shaking the camera. Don't get car sick or anything. Okay. What were we working on now? Okay, I was gonna go try to do this blue Again, excuse me. Oh, of course, I start yawning now. Okay, I'm going to grab the Copenhagen. Oh, actually, you know what? Let me see. I really want like a... Oh, yes, that. Okay, so there's... You should see it. Like, that's such a vibrant blue color. This is Cobalt Blue Hue 133. I want to add that sort of like brightness to some of it. Like this over here. Then we'll go over it with that slate blue. And see what happens. It just sounds like a good idea. Oh, so we've been watching the TV show Heroes. I know it's kind of old, but when it came out, I was like in college, I think. Perhaps my last year of high school when it first started, and then the following seasons I was like in college, so I like never hardly ever watched TV. And so my husband and I never saw it, so it's been interesting. It's okay. It's not, I don't know. I'm not like obsessed with it. I think if we didn't turn it on again, I wouldn't like miss it very much. But it's nice because we don't have to think about what we're going to watch. And I think that's mainly why we continue watching the same show, because we don't want to work on trying to pick another one. And then by myself, I've been watching A Million Little Things. And it's okay. Like I don't know if I talked about this already. I do apologize. You can say, oh, you told me about this already, Adrienne. But I asked some friends what to watch after finishing This Is Us, and a lot of people recommended, this is the Light Aqua 992, recommended A Million Little Things, and it's definitely not as well done as This Is Us. Like it's totally, it's good, but not like that. Not the same kind of good. And so it's kind of like my background show. I miss a lot of things when I'm coloring and stuff, and apparently I don't seem to mind that. Okay, Blue Slate. Oh, excuse me. Of course, I'm gonna start yawning now. Benjamin's back. Hi. Oh, you want up on your shelf or what? He just very quietly meowed at me. Don't know what he wants. He probably wants on his shelf. Come on. Here, let me move stuff for you. That'll work. You can get... Okay, he walked away. Of course, he's a cat. Do I have Netflix? If I do, you should try and watch The Rain or Sweet Tooth. I haven't heard of either of those shows. But yeah, I have Netflix. I have Netflix, Amazon, Hulu, and Peacock. We recently just deleted Discovery Plus because there really wasn't a lot of shows that I would feel like should be on the Discovery Channel. So weird. It was all like saw like reality shows and not many of what you'd expect to be on Discovery. And so it was disappointing. So we ended up deleting that one. And we got the Peacock one to watch Yellowstone. That was good. I guess there's other shows that are like prequels, like 1882 or 1892 or something with 18 in it. People said that was good as well. But mostly when we're sitting there watching TV, I'm always doodling or coloring or working on my coloring book or Sweet Tooth is so sweet. It's about a virus that made mutant babies that were animals. Ha! Would be adorable. I'll have to try and... Oh, wait. I did watch that. I did watch Sweet Tooth. The little boy, the main character, is like a little deer, right? And he likes candy. Oh, here's Benjamin. Sorry, I'm going to shake so you guys can see Benjamin. Hi, Benj. Little boy. He's not little. He's big. He's like 15 pounds. There's this little shelf. Are you going to go on your shelf? You smelling everything. Go. You don't want to lick the... Go. You don't need that. No. Go on your shelf. Here, I'll put you up. There you go. You can supervise from there. You don't have to be on top of everything. Lay down. There you go. Silly. So that was Benjamin. He's a good guy. I got him as a teeny tiny little sickly little 1 pound basically kitten. And now he's a 15-pound monster. He's like 6, I think. Or he'll be 6, I think. September? I don't know. Time went by fast with him. Oh, did the rain have like acid rain? And the main characters were like a blonde girl. Is she blonde? A brother and sister? I may have seen that. They've been taking such big breaks in between some television shows that I forget all about them. I think that came out. Did the rain? I think that came out before COVID. That's probably why it's been a while. A new season of Sweet Tooth would be nice. That show was cute. Ooh, we're getting closer. Definitely going to go over our 2 hours, but I think we'll only be able to finish this guy. We'll see how I feel when I'm done, but got some other stuff that I want to do today. I want to keep working on my little website and coloring book. This is kind of cool. Like, it kind of looks like how a fish would look, iridescent a little bit, maybe underwater. I'm going to add some more of the light aqua. Then I have a little, I think I told you guys, but well, not today. I joined this like weight loss program thing through my health insurance, United Healthcare. They have a rally coach or something like that. And we have our little meeting today at 3. And so I'm going to do that. It's almost 1 p.m. here. I'm going to add more here. Oh, shoot. I still got to make a reservation. I completely forgot. Oh, my goodness. I meant to do that on like Monday. Husband and I are doing brunch on Sundays. And we're going to go to this one we haven't been to called Salt Pond. Or the salt pond. Anyway, it's by a salt pond. And it's kind of expensive, but it's pretty small. So I don't know. I probably need to make reservations. Missing the other usual suspects in here. Usually friend Jenna is hanging out and friend Amanda. But I know people have lives. It's kind of a weird time to do it. If I think about it, the whole country, not just the East Coast. At like 11 o'clock is 8 a.m. over there. It's probably, I really should have done this from the beginning, but no, I forgot. Do I want to put that blue again? Let's go back to Copenhagen, Cerulean 103. Going back to add some here. I need the sharpener again. I don't know where Amanda is. She's been busy this week. Yesterday was her kid's birthday. Or the day before yesterday was her kid's birthday. Then I don't know, she's doing something. We definitely got to get some more regulars up in here. Okay, that wasn't bright enough. I'm going to go with True Blue. Add that in here. So that lead that I pulled out when Benjamin jumped up on the desk, he was like trying to lick it. And what are you doing, you weirdo? Put that in my little Clorox trash bin. So do you guys watch any other colorist people on YouTube or anything? Have any recommendations on people I should look up or anything? Honestly, I'm just getting into the whole coloring community. I already follow, Rachel, I think is her name. One of the more popular gals. And I follow a couple others, not super closely. I still obviously don't know everybody's names. Eileen, Vix, and me. Oh, cool. Well, I'm glad you found me, Kimberly. Are you? Oh, yeah. Did you said you were kind of new to this too? I gotta look up Eileen Vix. Hopefully I'll remember now. I mean, I wouldn't put money on it or anything, but I'll try. Just saw a notification from friend Jenna. I'm gonna see. Oh yeah, I am on her Facebook group, but that group is kind of strict, so I don't participate a lot there. I'm asking Jenna where she is. She just sent me a picture of something she did. I told her to come to the live. Suddenly just got hot. It's looking pretty cool. I do have to say so myself. She said she'll join soon. Okay, I'm done being distracted by chat. But we are so close to finishing this guy. Might be some, a little bit of bits here and there that we need to spruce up. This is the non-photo blue. Do I want to add more cobalt in here? It's such a bright blue. Interesting. Makes it have some different. You've never participated in a Facebook group? You have now. You participate in our Facebook group. And how did you find me again? I can't remember, Amy. Amy said she never participated in a Facebook group. Just for those, if any of you are on YouTube. Unfortunately, when I go live on both YouTube and Facebook. And people from one or the other can't see each other's comments, which I guess can be frustrating. I try to say them out loud, but it's kind of hard. Okay, back to cerulean. So this is interesting. The cerulean is close, but it seems like there's like a little bit of white in it compared to like, yeah, you can see that. So it is covering the black differently over here than that cobalt blue color did. Oh, that's a Facebook group too. I'm glad that I did. Okay, add some more, and adding some more non-photo blue hue up here. I think I'll add some more black or indigo over here. Where is it? Pencils all over the place. Hi, Jenna. Here's the indigo blue. Here we are. MMM live on Monday nights. I don't know what that is. This is how we are with the this page. Getting close to done. Probably some light touch-ups around here. Ooh, I think actually before I do that, because I just had the idea, I want to add this cobalt blue down here because of the way it doesn't act the same as other blues. So I want to add that here. As that final layer of this fin, dorsal, pectoral fin? Pectoral fin, that's definitely what it's called. Okay. I don't know what Monday mashup is. Back to indigo. What does she do during that? Miss Jenna is late to the party. It's fine. Oh yeah, I was going to add this up here. And I'm going to use that cobalt blue again. So that really is a good combination, it seems like, because it does the blending, but it doesn't add like white. It doesn't make it cloudy when I color over the black, which is kind of cool. Ooh, I just got a little bit of a hunger ping thing. It's crafting, making things for journals. That's cool. To add maybe this sky blue light, trying to get some highlight on this weird little nubbin that comes out of the bottom of his little face. There we go. And back to Frankfurt. We're doing up here. I'm gonna add some more cerulean. Oh yeah, I was doing the indigo. Haha. Now where is it? Oh, here it is. The indigo for some more shadowy color. Side of my tongue hurts today. It kind of makes me feel like I'm having a lisp. I might be. I mean, weirder things have happened. It's now 1 p.m. We have been on for 2 hours. Exactly. Oh, I'm not sure how long it will take to finish this guy, but we're finishing this guy today. And I'm going to continue finishing this guy today, period. Then we'll work on other stuff next time. The corals and such. Benjamin is just watching me color. He's a very good supervisor. Dan always jokes, Dan, my husband, always jokes that Benjamin has to supervise everything I do. So, like, one day he was out, we were taking a lunch break, and he was out in the living room, and I was like, come on, let's go back to the studio. I need supervision. And he just came. It was cute. Okay, I think I'm going to add black. A little bit more black. Oh, that's the indigo. Here's the black. Adding a little bit more black here, and then I'll go over it some more with the indigo. So I decided I wanted this to be, just this part to be more darker. Oh, I should probably drink some water. I'm going to do that real quick. Okay, back to the indigo. So close. I can tell I'm getting tired. Could change finger positions. I'm pressing pretty hard, so that really usually bothers my carpal tunnel. I don't normally color like this, but I can put more pressure on it with a different part of my finger muscles and my thumb. It looks silly, but I gotta give my hands rest sometimes. I know, it's the way you told me to hold them. But it also puts pressure, like it kind of hurts my thumb a little bit because I'm pushing hard. Stretch, hand stretch. But doing it just the other way puts a lot of strain on this part of my hand. And anyway, weenie hands. And I gotta think about how I'm gonna do this fin here. We are so close to done with this fish. Yes, Benjamin? Benjamin just hopped from his shelf onto the desk. You can't really help me. You don't have any thumbs. See his foot. Doop. I don't need your help. Go on. You're right in the light, bro. Go on. Benjamin, go. Go, go. There we go. Okay. Okay. Now, I think I'm going to go a little bit darker here again. I'm going to grab that cobalt. I want cobalt or Copenhagen. I'll do a little bit of Copenhagen. So this part, so like you can kind of see how there's like a little bulgy belly going on. A light addition of this cobalt. In this section here. And some more of that. This isn't cobalt, this is Copenhagen. And then we'll add some more cobalt. Then probably back to the indigo again. Okay, that cobalt on the outsides, I think. No. Let me sharpen it again. Oh. Cobalt, cobalt, cobalt. Oh, broke the little tip. Kind of trying to. I noticed some white spots down here. Might have got carried away with the aqua. How long does it usually take you guys to finish a coloring page? Say one about equally. Oh, I forgot about this again. Equally-ish as detailed as this. These ones tend to take me like I don't work on them every day, so they take like a couple weeks, especially if there's like something else I'm interested in at the time. But like other ones take me like a couple days because I'm more excited about it, I think. But I mean, I haven't been coloring in these for long. Here's the indigo. Sharpen this again. I think I'll have to go through and add some more black lines to some of these little yellow circles because I feel like they're kind of just disappearing in there. My hand's getting tired. Ooh, I'm trying to hold on to finish. It's crazy to me to say that this took me over 4 hours to do. Basically straight. Well, you know, not with huge breaks. Solid 4 hours. I have the Psycho Killer song stuck in my head. Psycho Killer. It's been stuck in my head since yesterday. I think I might have to add some more black into this to make it truly look more concave shadowed ish. Just a little bit. Sharpen. Wednesday on Netflix. Oh yeah. I binge watched that in like 2 days, I think, when it came out. Adding some black where I want it to be like the most shadowed, and then some lines around the yellow where I feel they're kind of like blending in. I mean, they're not, but they're not standing out either. Learning all kinds of things about, oh, this sled is broken too. A little bit. But I can't pull it out, so. Learning all kinds of little things about like what I do differently in my coloring books. someone asked me yesterday why I put text on the page. And why didn't I put it like on the blank page? And I was like, I don't know, because it's just not how I did it. Like, I mean, I could always change it, and then the new prints of the coloring book will be ones without the text on it, but because I have to agree, it's a little bit annoying. And now I know I won't do it again. Put it on the same page, I don't think. But I don't know if I'm going to go back and remove it from the pages already. And I mean, text like this, like sometimes there's some fun like quote coloring books or whatever where that would be cool, but this is a little bit more, it's a little different idea, I think, which makes it a little bit annoying to color around, especially when you got to color over it. Like I'll end up coming back here so that it's not like gray like that and just going over it with black so that it stands out again. Now I have to finish it. It's one thing I'm finding a little bit annoying in this whole coloring book process is covering up the lines where they're no longer like solid black. But I'm also not someone who's going to be patient enough to be like precious with it and not color over some of the lines. Ooh, so close, you guys, so close. Off the page. When my hand was hurting really bad, I was like, oh my gosh, I was kind of like spiraling just a little bit. I was like, I have a feeling sometime in my life I'm not going to be able to use my right hand. I better start using my left hand. So I was like trying to practice teaching my left hand how to do stuff like draw. And I mean, it wasn't a fail completely, but it also wasn't great. And so if I really, I don't know, it probably will be something that I need to maybe take a little seriously as far as learning how to do more stuff with my left hand. Because you can teach yourself to be ambidextrous and stuff. But I don't know. It's kind of like, oh, I'm going to get old and arthritic and have issues. So better figure out how to mitigate that, now-ish. I'm grabbing, again, the light aqua here and doing some blending on the edges of this dark blue. And where I scribble in a little bit more black. Okay. I'm really thinking about this fin. I haven't really decided what I'm going to do exactly. I want it to be lighter. I think I want it to be more like this part. This is getting pretty dirty too. So that has like a light. I think I want it to be, I'll add in some of this aqua because I think it's really kind of making things fun. Oh, or I should add aqua on top, but use some of this sky blue light. Kind of prep some space with a little bit lighter color. So hopefully that aqua will stand out a little bit more instead of just blending with the darker colors underneath. By the way, I sound like I know what I'm doing, but honestly, it's all kind of experimental, to tell you the truth. I'm having a hard time following these lines. Definitely want to finish. We're so close. I'm getting a little hungry and a little snaky. Ugh. I think the worst thing about being a grown-up is figuring out what to eat. And it's rough. Like every day, having to figure out what to eat. So inconvenient. Okay. So I added this light blue to most places. I'm going to take the, ouch, it's pretty sharp, the light aqua and add it over. Oh yeah, look at that. In some places better than others, but the general idea is there and that it worked to sort of prep it with a lighter color. I know when people come to look at this live after it's done and over with, they're gonna be like 2 hours plus. Oh my gosh, I'm not watching that, because I just watched somebody's replay of a live yesterday and I was like, oh my gosh, it's an hour and a half. I don't have time for that. At least like on YouTube, you can always change this playback speed after it's come out and played already. So then I usually change it to like at least half faster, if not 75 to 2 times faster, 75, 0.75 to 2 times faster. Because, oh my goodness, it takes a lot of like focusing for me to like sit there and watch somebody's videos. Okay. My hand's starting to get to me. So hopefully we can get this guy done. I can tell my coloring's getting a little lazy. I apologize. Okay, I'm going to add some more of that. I'm going to grab this peacock blue, 1027. Add some of that in here just for some color variants. So I think it'll look cool. Oh, everybody's gone. Oh, that's fine. I understand. It's a long time. We're almost done though. And I want to do indigo. Yeah, indigo here. that transition between this darker color to the fin. Oh, I'm hungry. If you hear my tummy growl, sorry. It feels like it's going to growl here any second, but it might not. Oh, it did, but it was really quiet. I kind of ran out of things to talk about, too. Sorry. Very close. Adding this. I don't think I added any blue to this part here. It looks all blackish gray. So I'm going to add some indigo on top of this blackish gray because it looks weird to me. And there, that looks a little better. I want some more of that brighter blue. What was it? It was probably cerulean. Yes. Here. Well, maybe not. Maybe it wasn't cerulean. Yeah, it was. Oh, it could be. True Blue 903. Yeah. Perhaps it was that. It's fine. Yeah, longer than 2 hours. It's way too long. Next time, I will definitely probably just stop at the 2 hours. But I really wanted to get this guy done, and if I walk away from it now, aha! Just saw some weird whiteness right here that looked out of place. So I'm just going over it a little bit with this True Blue, doing some blending here with it. Add some more of that into this. Oops, bumped the thing, sorry. And I'm going to take some time to do like I was doing earlier with drawing a little bit of black outlines around these little yellow flecks. I don't know if that's like helping or hurting, to be honest. It doesn't, I don't know, it looks weird, but I'm going to say in like the pretty official capacity, he's basically done, and what I do what's left over now is just like nitpicky stuff. So hopefully yeah, all nitpicky stuff, like trying to get some black lines back in where I colored over the lines and coloring in some like little, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, coloring in some little dots that part of the paper that's just showing through. All nitpicky stuff, but I'd say I am done with him. So I will call it, but here he is. Sorry. Here he is a little bit closer up, and that took a really long time. So that's like my skill in real life and what it takes. Like time frame wise, it can take a really long time, especially if you have to go around all these intricate little, I don't know, can you see them? It's blurry if I go that close. Intricate little dots. But yeah, so that is the adult French angelfish. And I'm going to call it today. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Keep on a lookout for a Monday live where we will work on the rest of the image. Probably work on the corals. Hopefully that won't take as long. Just some brainstorming. I definitely want to do some orange. I want some green up in here. Maybe some pink, because there's a lot of blue. So, okay. I appreciate you. I hope you hang out with me again. I'm so sorry this was so long. Officially, this took 4.5 hours just to do him. Insanity. All right. I will see you next time. Have a beautiful rest of your day. And bye.